tell me the difference between a cheapo, low ball bid and a bid where a guy's going to be really do a good job.
Right, you end up spending more hours in it. So let's say your hourly rate, what rate is the same?
Okay.
Your hourly rate's the same, so you make the same amount of money for the number of
okay,
hours.
That's fair. Okay. Let's. So
that
what would be
makes
what would be an example of a guy that just same hourly rate? Okay. But then a cheapo thing for a really first class. What is the difference of what's going on here?
Well, the very first thing, and I think you have to understand this, the very, very first thing is the mental attitude the inexpensive painter is going to come in and do versus the attitude and the mental awareness that a person's going to do it right is going to come in. Once they walk in the door,
okay,
the guy that's going to do it cheap, he's got to get in and get out as fast as he can. And that's all he's thinking about.
Right.
He's not really thinking about doing a great job. He's thinking about, I've got to make money, and to make money, I've got to work fast, and I've got to get it out of here.
Okay.
Okay. So he's coming in with an attitude.
And he's not paid by the hour. He's paid on the job, but that's all he's thinking is, I'm going to make X number of dollars.
I'm going to make X number of dollars.
Okay.
And let's say 300 hours is going to be a 12-hour job, okay? So he's going to try and do it in 12 hours. He's going to try and do a room in 12 hours.
Okay.
Well, he's got to come in and he's got to hustle. And his mentality is, I'm cheap, so I'm going to do a cheap job. I mean,
I've got to make money.
I've got to make money, but I've got to do it cheap.
Right. I've got to do it quick.
I've got to do it quick.
Which means I've got to cut corners.
I've got to cut corners, yeah.
Or he doesn't even know the corners he's cutting because he doesn't know what he's doing.
That might be. And the other thing is, you've got things where they're just going to skip steps.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going to skip things and not do them. But a person who's going to do it right and take the time, a more expensive bid, say the $1,000 bid, the mentality you go in, you say, okay, I'm taking the time, I'm getting paid to do it right, and I'm going to do it right. I'm going to look for every possible little hole. I'm going to check every crack. I'm going to make sure everything is caulked, everything's sanded down right. I'm going to do everything right, and I don't have to hurry through it. Mm-hmm. And because of that, I can do it to perfection. Mm-hmm. Well, as close to perfection as you can get, but we're going to do it right.
Right.
And that's I think that's the most important difference.
Well, then also you're feeling good because when you walk away, you know you're not going to get called back because the guy's ticked off because he didn't do it right.
Well, and obviously in every job there's things that happen that are unforeseen.
Sure.
And like, oh man, I didn't think about this. I got to take care of this. So on a cheap job, if something happens and it's unforeseen, there is no room for wiggle.
Right.
They just they just paint right over the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And the paint will cover it. It'll show up a couple of years down the road.
Mm-hmm.
And whereas if I do it right, if I find a problem, I'll take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't cover up a problem.
Okay. Well, tell me about like guarantees. I mean, what should we know about guarantees?